Welcome to Tabletop Battle Adventures. It's D-Day, 0630 hours, turn 13. It's the second turn with the sun risen. The green fields still flooded. The two brown fields here and here are dry. The green fields are flooded because the Germans, 6th Fallschirmjäger, still hold the river lock in the center of the screen. And the river lock is open, allowing the river water to flood these fields. In the green fields, there's no running for infantry and no vehicles at all. The hedgerows block line of sight unless a unit is positioned in the hedgerow and then can see out normally. If two enemy units are positioned in the hedgerow, they can spot each other once they get within 4 inches. So if one unit is looking in the hedgerow at an enemy unit, 4-inch visibility. Starting on ambush, the M5 3-inch AT gun positioned here. They took 1 KIA this past turn from the 6th Fallschirmjäger sniper, Sergeant Neiman, positioned in the attic of the building in the center of the video screen. The light mortar positioned here. These are a 506th mortar. They're going to be looking for a new target this turn. Medium mortar will be hitting on a 5 this turn. On the 1058 first section LMG team positioned center screen behind the tree in the hedgerow. .506 platoon leader, First Lieutenant Corey, in the hedgerow with the radio operator and messenger. Leading this left flank of the 506th, we got a 57mm AT gun here. Sergeant Travis's scout car, the M8 scout car. The gunner was just killed this past turn by Sergeant Lehman, 6th Fallschirmjäger sniper, positioned in the attic of this building here. First squad is mostly positioned here on this flank. First squad assistant leader, Sergeant Stephen, will start on ambush. The 2nd MMG team is down to just the gunner. The other two have been KIA. It's also starting out with some pins. First squad LMG team starting out there. And this is hard cover. First squad built up this hard cover over the beginning of the battle. First bazooka team stacked up behind 2nd squad assistant leader Sergeant Adam, and in front of him is 1st squad soldier with the rifle who threw the grenade this past turn and killed the 1058 flamethrower team. First squad of the 506 is actually down to just 4 survivors. They've had 8 KIA in this battle. A lot of their deads in the fields here. First MMG team has moved up to the front of this hedgerow. They are hidden. Oh yes, anybody in the hedgerows who has not fired is hidden until they reveal their position. Sergeant Jory, the sniper, will start on ambush. That's going to wrap it up for this left flank for the 506th. Here in the center, we have a 2nd Squad LMG team that will start on ambush here. Sergeant Caleb, the sniper, will start on ambush in the hedgerow there. We have 4th Squad leader, Sergeant Matt, heavy weapons sergeant. He's going to be positioned here. And a 2-man rifle team, 1 with the BAR, will start on ambush there in the hedgerow. Commander of the 506th, Colonel Sink, will start on ambush here in the hedgerow hidden. Right in front of him, 2nd Bazooka team will start on ambush. And right in front of them is 3rd Squad Assistant Leader Sergeant Brandon. He will start, he's not on ambush, but this past turn he moved forward, he moved forward and killed the 1058 2nd Section LMG gunner who was in the hedgerow here. After that gunner had wounded the 506th medic, and then so Brandon moved forward, killed the gunner, and then dragged the medic backwards. The medic's bleeding out, turn 16. Let's see, moving over here, we have Platoon Commander Captain Carey leading their right flank, 3rd Squad LMG loader, 2nd Squad leader Sergeant Braden, and the 2nd Squad LMG team moving forward, 3rd Squad soldier with BAR, 2nd Squad 2-man rifle team moving forward, 2nd Squad SMG soldier with SMG just moving into the hedgerow here. We have the flamethrower team positioned here, right behind Platoon Sergeant David. And here in the corn hidden is 3rd Squad Leader Sergeant Jake McNeese. 3rd Squad has also taken 8 KIA. All that's left is 3rd Squad Leader, 3rd Squad Assistant Leader, and then 3rd Squad BAR man and 3rd Squad Loader, LMG Loader. I think that's pretty much catches us up with the 506th positions. And as mentioned, this 3rd Squad has had 8 KIA, only 4 survivors. And over here on the left flank, 1st Squad with 8 KIA. And then I believe in total the 506th has 21 KIA and 1 wounded as of the 0600 hours, turn 12. Let's move over to the Germans. The Germans will start out by talking about the objectives that they hold. They hold this bridge here, the first section, the 1058, and the 6th Fallschirmjäger hold both bridges leading into Carentan. Also, they hold the Riverlock and Carentan itself. The Germans have all objectives. Back to this first bridge, it has been rigged with explosives, and 1058th 1st Section Leader Sergeant Michael, center screen with his dog. He's on ambush and has the detonator. 1058 Platoon Sergeant Robert, positioned here, will start on ambush. This flank has been really strong for the Germans, except this past turn is they're in a rough spot now. All they've got left is the 1st Section LMG team here, who's going to be getting hit on a 5 by the medium mortar, and that's it. And just the platoon sergeant. Closest reinforcements are going to be here: 6th Fallschirmjäger, 2nd Section Assistant Leader Sergeant Hauser, and then the 2-man assault rifle team from 2nd Section. Closest reinforcements to this flank. Here in the center, the 1058, as mentioned, 1st Section Leader Sergeant Michael on ambush. Next to him on his right, 1st Section LMG team on ambush. and 1058 3rd Section leader Sergeant Martin on the right, with one rifleman to his left on ambush. They're all hidden still here in the center, or yeah, this area. Also, all the 506 soldiers are hidden at this point here as well. That's going to change real soon though. Sergeant Gerald's half-track positioned here. He was in the road, but with Sergeant Travis's half-track scout car with the light AT gun, he went ahead and got out of there. Sergeant Travis's scout car will be hit. First of all, there's a sniper that just killed the man, but he's also, the 6 Fallschirmjäger medium mortar is going to be hitting Sergeant Travis's scout car on a 4 this turn. So he's going to want to move his position. So the Germans are looking strong here in the center. Also 6 Fallschirmjäger 3-man forward observer team positioned here, ready to call in some artillery fire. Germans are allowed to call in artillery strikes and an airstrike, but only one every 12 turns, where the artillery strike can be called in once every 6 turns. And let's move over here on the porch. Here we have 1058 3rd Section Assistant Leader Sergeant Logan. Starting on ambush here, we have 1st Lieutenant Eulander, who's leading the 100th Panzer, which consists of himself, Sergeant Gerald's half-track, Sergeant Ronald's half-track with the light AT gun. Also starting on ambush here in the 1058th Farm headquarters. Far left window, 1058 Sniper, starting on ambush, and in the center window, 1058 3rd Section LMG team will start on ambush. Also positioned in here is the other LMG team from 3rd Section, and also platoon commander, 1st Lieutenant Kreutner. Will start. He's not on ambush, but he's here. He is in the building as well. Here, running through the complex, we have 6 Fallschirmjäger platoon leader, 1st Lieutenant Brees, heading over to lead the left flank of the German forces. Starting on ambush here, we have Sergeant Ronald and his half-track, who a 6 Fallschirmjäger 1st Section soldier has joined Sergeant Ronald's half-track to act as the gunner, since Sergeant Ronald had all 3 of his crew killed in the beginning of this battle. The other soldier who didn't join Sergeant Ronald's half-track is positioned here, center screen, and he is a 6 Fallschirmjäger 1st Section soldier with a assault rifle, and he's there in the center there with the Panzerfaust. Here we have at the end of this hedgerow, there's a 2nd Section of the 1058th LMG gunner, and he and the 2 soldiers positioned here from 2nd Section 1058 with assault rifles are the only 3 survivors from the 10-man 2nd Section. So 3 survivors. So they took 7 KIA over here fighting mostly the 3rd Squad of the 506th. The 100th Panzer, they took the 3 KIA from Sergeant Ronald's half-track. And then here in this center, the 3rd Section of the 1058 took 1-man KIA and 1-man wounded, who bleeds out at the end of this turn, 0630 hours. And then back over here to the right flank of the Germans, the 1st Section of the 1058, they've taken, I think they only have 1 KIA. Oh, no, 3 KIA, because there was 2 here with assault rifles from 1st Section that were killed by Sergeant Travis's scout car earlier in the fight. And then the the flamethrower team was killed over here for the 1058, but he wasn't actually part of first section. He was independent heavy weapons team. So yeah, the first section of the 1058 only took 3 KIA, the man here and the 2 in Metro. So they're pretty strong. So yeah, 3 KIA for them. The 3 from 100th Panzer. And then the 7 in total, 17 KIA, 14 from the 1058 Grenadiers, and 3 from the 100th Panzer. The 6th Fallschirmjäger platoon, they have not taken any KIA or wounded yet. So that was a total of 17 KIA for the Germans and 1 wounded, and 21 KIA for the 506th. 21 and 1 wounded. So the Germans hold all objectives, and the Germans are winning in casualties. Continue with the Germans here. Let's move over. Over here we have the 6th Fallschirmjäger, 1st Section Assistant Leader, Sergeant Jarl. And I already mentioned the 1st Section soldier with the assault rifle moving over, and then also from 1st Section LMG team positioned here. And it looks like the 1st Section Assistant Leader, Sergeant Jarl, is going to start on ambush. Back here holding the bridges into Carentan, we have 1st Section, 2 soldiers with assault rifles. We have the 1st Section Leader, Sergeant Carl, and we have a 1st Section 2-man LMG team. So half of 1st Section is holding the bridge, the other half has moved forward here. 4 men and the one that joined Sergeant Merle's half track. So these guys, this flank for the Germans was nearly broken. Only the 2 armored vehicles and the 3 survivors from 2nd Section left until these 5 men from 6th Fallschirmjäger 1st Section move forward to reinforce them. A lot of death happened here in this area. It was hellish. Great fight. Great fight. Leaving dead in the road as the battle progressed. Also, starting on ambush, besides the 2 snipers for the 506th, will be Sergeant Neiman of the 6th Fallschirmjäger in the attic, and in the attic of the hotel, 6th Fallschirmjäger sniper, Sergeant Lehman. Sergeant Lehman, this past turn, killed the gunner for Sergeant Travis's scout car, shot him dead. And then Sergeant Neiman, and I think I already mentioned this, but he shot dead the one of the gunners for the M5 3-inch AT gun. So, and the sniper. Let me check which sniper. One of them has been spotted. So after each sniper shoots, the team that the army that was shot at, they will get to roll a d6, and on the first time the sniper shoots, on a 6, the sniper's spotted. The second time he shoots from the same position, on a 5, he'll be spotted, on a 5 up. And so on the first time that Sergeant Lehman, back there in the hotel, the first time he shot and killed Sergeant Travis's gunner, he was spotted. So he needs to move positions or he can be fired upon. But Sergeant Neiman, who killed the M5 3-inch gunner positioned in the attic of this building, he was not spotted. So he'll be able to stay in the same position, and both of those snipers will start on ambush despite Sergeant Lehman being spotted. He's starting on ambush, and so all snipers, including the 2 from the 506, are starting on ambush. Okay, back to the positions here. And we have over here the 6th Fallschirmjäger, 2nd Section 2-man assault rifle team holds the river lock. And here we have 2nd Section leader Sergeant Hans, center screen. And next to him, 2nd Section LMG team, the other 2nd Section LMG team here. And right behind them is 6th Fallschirmjäger platoon Sergeant Fritz. The 6th Fallschirmjäger flamethrower team. Looks like they're headed to support this bridge over here. Moving up the stairs to get a good position in this building. Probably move them into these windows so they'll be able to cover these bridges for the future when for the U.S. armor moving in toward Carentan. That's the Panzerschreck team moving up the stairs. 3rd Section, Assistant Leader Sergeant Thor. The two-man rifle team from 3rd Section. Here we have 2-man LMG team from 3rd Section. Over here, 3rd Section Leader Sergeant Odin, and a 2-man rifle team from 3rd Section, plus the other LMG team from 3rd Section. Looks like 3rd Section split to LMG team, 2 riflemen, and a section leader going to cover this bridge. Same thing for that bridge. I already talked about the mortar here, locked in on Sergeant Travis. Scout car inside of the chapel. We have commander of the 6th Fallschirmjäger, Major von der Heid. Brain fart there. And he's positioned here. He just of this last 0600 hours turned 12. He and his radio operator were able to reach 91st Infantry Division headquarters, and they are going to release 1 platoon of the 25th SS Panzer Grenadiers and 1 platoon of the 12th SS Panzer Regiment, and both of those platoons are coming from the 12th SS Panzer Division. They're going to release them, turn 24. They'll be entering the battlefield from Carentan, from the far side of the table, and then they will be able to reinforce. Here's a look at those reinforcements that are going to be coming in. This is a platoon from the 25th SS Panzer Grenadiers. Also, here, platoon from the 12th SS Panzer Regiment. Will be 2 half-tracks, Stug 3, Whirlwind, and 2 Panzer IVs. Also, reinforcements coming from Panzer Lehr. This will be around turn 30 to 36, which will consist of 3 Tiger 1s. I know one's a Tiger 2, but we're going to run it as a Tiger 1. And also 2 Panther, 1 Panzer 3 Flame Panzer, and then also the Neville Warfare. I'm gonna have to look that up, but yeah, a sweet half track with rockets on it. And I think I went over everything that has to do with the Carentan, and I think that pretty much catches us up on this battlefield. Oh, I didn't mention the 6th Fallschirmjäger medic moving forward here. And starting on ambush again quickly, 1058 Platoon Sergeant Robert will start on ambush. I think I already mentioned all these guys starting on ambush here. That's not, don't need to do that again. And as of this turn, 0630 hours, turn 13, begins the Omaha Beach. invasion. So the U.S. forces will assault from the water. I don't have landing craft, so they will simply enter walking on the table, or if they're tanks, floating in from this side. Germans will be defending. This is Omaha Beach. We'll go over the forces for the U.S. that will be assaulting the beach and be adding their order dice to the order dice that are already involved in the fight on the hedgerow and Carentan table. Also, the German forces will be deploying. It's probably what we'll get through tonight is Germans deploying and then adding all the dice for both tables into one bag. This bag. And it's going to be the biggest battle I've ever played, for sure. Let's go take a look at the forces. Assaulting Omaha Beach, starting off with one platoon of A Company, 116th Infantry Regiment from the 29th Infantry Division. I have a platoon leader and a radio operator, platoon sergeant, one man, platoon guide with one man. We have the medic, two snipers, forward observer, three-man team, medium machine gun, heavy machine gun, heavy mortar. I think that's the heavy mortar. Yeah. Also, spotter, forward observer. 3 squads. First squad. See, I believe both these men have SMGs for the first squad leader and second squad, or first squad leader and assistant leader. 2 BARs. 4 riflemen, flamethrower team, and a bazooka team. 5 order dice split between these 12 men. Second squad will be equipped similar. For second squad leader and assistant leader, SMGs, 2 BARs, 4 riflemen, flamethrower team, and 2 extra riflemen. Third squad will have very similar actually. Third squad leader and assistant leader with SMGs, 2 BARs, 4 riflemen, bazooka team, and then 2 extra riflemen. Each of the squads I'll be splitting up between the 5 order dice. So that's 15 order dice, 19, 20, I think 26 more order dice going in the bag. And again, this is one platoon of Company A, 116th Infantry Regiment, 29th Infantry Division. All right, moving over to our other brave U.S. soldiers who will be assaulting Omaha Beach. We have a whole company. It's first company. Oh, excuse me. It's a whole company that I built here, and it's C Company of the 2nd Rangers. We have first here, we have the captain and radio operator. And this is, I built this as a historical company, as well as this is everything I do, I build them as I research and figure out historically how many men were in each company or platoon. So in this case, this is legit. So we have the captain here in the front, Company C captain. Right behind him would be the first sergeant of the company with one man, and behind them is the medic. Then we have the medium mortar, spotter, heavy machine gun. And then here in the front, it goes to, there's 2 platoons here. So that's just the company headquarters plus the heavy machine gun and the mortar. And then here, I built these. Here is, this is the range. This will be the first platoon, lieutenant and radio operator, platoon sergeant, and then a sniper. And then there's the first squad leader and the assistant leader, both with SMGs. And then it looks like we've got an LMG, bazooka, and then just riflemen, and it's 11-man squad. The second squad is similar. The assistant leader and the squad leader and assistant leader both have SMGs, and then we have the LMG team, bazooka team, and a bunch of riflemen, 11 men in total. Over here we have the second platoon of C Company, 2nd Rangers, starting here with another first lieutenant of 2nd platoon, plus the platoon sergeant, 2nd platoon, sniper for 2nd platoon, first squad leader and assistant leader of first squad of the 2nd platoon with SMGs. We have this one's built with and these both have one BAR man and an LMG team in both of these squads. And this one's the same. They have an BAR man and a light machine gun team, but no bazooka team in this group here. And then back here we have 2nd platoon, 2nd squad. With this one, I think only the 2nd squad leader has the SMG, and then 2nd squad assistant leader has a rifle. And then there's a flamethrower team, and there's 4 riflemen, plus there's a MMG team. And that's how I built my C Company 2nd Rangers. It's historical too. And then same thing here, I only have 1 platoon of the 116th Infantry Regiment. And then also hitting Omaha Beach, we have, and how many order dice for the Rangers? I'll get a count in just a minute. But up here, also hitting Omaha Beach, we have 1 company of the 743rd Tank Battalion attached to the 29th Infantry Division for this. We have the captain, an M4 Sherman, and we have the sergeant, kind of like the platoon sergeant next to him, kind of grouped together here, and that'll be the sergeant, both 75mm guns. And then starting the 3rd tank over next to the dozer tank, that's going to be run as the 1st platoon leader, and his platoon is going to consist of the bulldozer, and then the next 2 tanks over, that will be 1st platoon of the 743rd Tank Battalion. And then over here to that's and then the second, so that's kind of the 1st platoon. Okay, I see how I did it. Okay, so this is one platoon, and then the next platoon is going to be, I'm going to run these perishing tanks as M36 Jacksons, because I just don't have the models. So anyways, these are M36 Jacksons. Imagination time. They're not perishing. So here's the second platoon will be, the leader is the M36 Jackson. And rewind here, next to the dozer on the left is the platoon leader for first platoon. Okay, and then second platoon starts here with the Jackson and the two Imagination Jacksons. And then they have this sweet, oh, you know, one of these is a flamethrower tank too. It's a second to find it. It's the one that has the trailer behind it. See if we can find this tank. I think it's maybe this one. Yeah, one of these two is a flamethrower tank. It's a short barrel one, probably. Yeah, so one of the, oh, it's this one. So this one here is a flame. It's called like a crocodile. Let me see. Sherman Crocodile. So that's a flamethrower tank. And the Germans, again, rewind here. They have their Panzer III Flame Panzer II. So I know these weren't on Omaha Beach, but who cares? Anyways, so company commander, platoon sergeant, captain, sergeant, platoon leader, first lieutenant, first platoon, Flame Panzer, plus the dozer, plus the other M4. Then second platoon, M36 Jackson, 2x10 Jacksons. And then this one is so epic. What is this thing? It's called the T-34. Is that right? Calliope? M4 rockets. This thing's amazing. And then after the beach is taken, then these half tracks will arrive. So basically all of the U.S. forces that are bound to get slaughtered on the beaches here will eventually, including these half tracks, once the beach is taken, which is inevitable, those will then become the first so they'll become units of the 2nd Armored Division and the 41st, or the 41st Armored Infantry Regiment and the 2nd Armored Division. But that's going to be later. After the beach is taken, any destroyed vehicles, I'll be adding those destroyed tanks to these half tracks, and those will become the 41st Armored Infantry Regiment and 2nd Armored Division from the 2nd Armored Division. But that's in the future, plus all the U.S. soldiers from both platoons that are KIA on the beaches, which probably will be half of them. Those will become the those will be coming later, about the same time as these Panzer Lehr tanks arrive, probably around turn 36. Got to take the beaches first. So I'll get a count on these dice that are going to be getting added to the bag. Oh, and of course, let's go over the defenders of Omaha Beach. Let me get to my notes here. Okay, the defenders of Omaha Beach for the Germans is going to be the German 916th Grenadier Regiment of the 352nd Infantry Division. And we're going to run this platoon here. It's going to have, here we go, right here in the front, we have the first lieutenant and radio man. Behind him, the platoon sergeant, platoon sergeant. And then behind him is going to be like a forward observer, radio operator. I might run them probably separate. Behind them, we have the Panzerschreck team, a 3-man forward observer team. The Goliath, it's like a little anti-tank robot. But yeah, I think it's called the Goliath right there. Over here, we have a heavy mortar, medium mortar, sniper, Pack 40, 88, death cannon. Back here, and I think then I built this in, oh no, okay, so just a second here. How I built this one is, okay, we have first squad in the front here with first squad, or first section leader and assistant leader, both have SMGs in the front. And then this first section has they have mines, sweepers. Looks like these two men with the minesweeper have SMGs. A lot of SMGs here. We've got guys with mines, anti-tank. Oh, too close. Sorry about that. mines here. Got a LMG team plus an anti-tank team. Second section has more men with mines. A lot of SMGs. Second section leader and second section assistant leader are going to have SMGs. Another LMG team. Flamethrower team. And then it's like this is like a close range, 6-inch range, some sort of AT weapon. I'll have to look up the details. Basically going to split these guys into, so each of these sections is going to have 6 order dice. We've got to spread them out across the beach. They're all going to die really anyways. The idea is just to use this platoon from the 916th Grenadier Regiment plus the AT guns to just do as much damage as we can to the platoon of the 116th Infantry Regiment and the company of Rangers and the company of the 743rd, because they're going to crush the Germans, but all we need to do is kill off as many as we can, slow them down. And back here, the 3rd section of the 916th Grenadier Regiment is going to be, it's going to have 2 MMG teams, and then there's a sniper in the back there. And I'll get a count of the order dice, and then I think for tonight we'll just deploy the 916th Grenadier Regiment, and that'll wrap it up for tonight because it's a big introduction. Anybody who is watching, you're hanging in there, good job. Give me a minute, I'll count up the dice, and then we will deploy these doomed Germans. They're going to get some blood for the blood gods, though, before they die. I just give you an idea of the amount of research I did to create this game. Was pretty wild, kind of boring, but basically, yeah, pages upon pages of notes here. If anybody's interested, I can show you in more detail, but yeah, 506th page here, 116th Infantry Regiment's page. The Rangers page, 743rd Tank Battalion page. This is what the future reinforcements for the U.S. forces around turn 36. 6th Fallschirmjäger. What else? We have 1058th Grenadier, 916th Grenadier, Panzer. This is the 25th or 12th SS Panzer, 25th SS Panzer Grenadiers, and the 12th SS Panzer Regiment, plus all the special rules. So yeah, a lot went into this this battle. Deployment and more details on the 506th, and yeah, so that's how I roll. Keep track of the deaths, of course. I want to know who's killing the most men. Anyways, I'll count these dice up and let's deploy these Germans. Yikes. I didn't even realize how epic of a battle rather, I've created. So the 506th, they have a total of 32 order dice. And they were going up against the 6th Fallschirmjäger, the 1058th Grenadier, and the 100th Panzer. And that's the battle that we've all been enjoying up until turn 12, 0600 hours. And so the Germans had the advantage this whole battle so far. They were always up on dice. Like I said, the 506 32 and the 6th Fallschirmjäger, 1058th, and 100th Panzer had a total of 46. So they were up by 14 order dice, at times even more. Well, after adding 26 order dice for the 116th Infantry Platoon, 116th Infantry Regiment Platoon, and the 2nd Rangers Company, and the 743rd Tank Battalion, 10 order dice from the Tank Battalion, 32 order dice from the 2nd Rangers, and 26 order dice from the 116th Infantry. That brings the UN plus the 506 32 order dice, brings the U.S. force total at the beginning of 0630 hours, turn 13, to 100 order dice. And the Germans, the 916th Infantry Grenadiers, that's going to be defending Omaha Beach, they're going to have 31 order dice, plus the 46 order dice that the 6th Fallschirmjäger, the 1058 Grenadiers, and the 100th Panzer have, bringing the Germans' total to 77 order dice. The Germans, 6th Fallschirmjäger, 1058th, and 100th Panzer on the Carentan hedgerow table have 11 units starting on ambush, and 1 unit down who's bleeding out this turn. And besides that, the rest in the bag. So total, and the U.S. Force 506 will have 9 units starting on ambush and 1 down, the wounded medic. So in total, again, this is my greatest battle I've ever built. 100 order dice for the U.S. forces and 77 for the Germans. Amazing. 100 U.S. order dice, 77 German order dice for 0630 hours, turn 13. D-Day continues. Epic. Wow. Well, I was planning on deploying the Germans in their defenses on Omaha Beach tonight, but after this introduction, I am thinking I'm going to go ahead and call it a night. Didn't realize the level of madness my imagination has created until tonight. And that's not even all the units. Germans still have most of their armor and a whole platoon of SS soldiers that aren't even going to be in the fight for 12 more turns. And the U.S. forces don't have any of their half-tracks yet till 12 more turns. Wow. So I think that'll be good for tonight. And we'll pick back up maybe tomorrow night, next night. And it'll be interesting. Before we draw any dice for this soon-to-be bloodbath, we'll deploy the platoon from the 916th Infantry Regiment here on this side of the table, battlefield rather. You can see it's got some good defensive positions. It is elevated on this side. I did a lot of research on Omaha Beach. This is supposed to be a hotel. I'll go over the details as I deploy the 916th. But yeah, I got this up on boxes to make it, nice and elevated. You can see and these, represent bunkers. Let's get a different view here. Yeah. Trenches. It's a good position to hold. This is supposed to be the coastal road. If you look up a picture of Omaha Beach, you'll see I think we'll get the 916th Infantry Regiment, the platoon, deployed. They're going to have, I think it was 31 order dice. It's not going to be enough to stop the U.S. forces, but it'll be enough to bloody them. So, I'll see you next time. We'll deploy the Germans, and after they deploy, we'll start the battle with 177 order dice, 100 US order dice, and 77 German order dice. Amazing. It's gonna be hell. Thanks for putting up with the long introduction, and we'll get it started. We'll get some blood spilled as we get to this is the second half of this adventure. The first half was turn 0630 hours, when the 506 jumped out of their planes and all of that. That from then until turn 0600 hours was the first part, and now 0630 hours. Turn 13 all the way to turn 24 will be the second part. Okay, see you next time.